Dzień dobry Państwu, witamy ponownie w Grudziądzu. Tym razem jesteśmy w Grudziądzu latem. Bardzo piękne miasto. Jak widać, klimat się zmienia, pojawiło się trochę palm. Dzisiaj naszym gościem jest znany w świecie MVP J. Peter Bruzzese. I've heard you have been voted an MVP again. What baseball team do you play for?
I don't play for a team, but if I were going to play for a team, I would play for the New York Yankees.
Okay, but we're elsewhere, not in New York.
No, well, we're not in New York, yes, but they do actually have spring training down here in Orlando. So if I were to play for a team, however, I think you're probably asking that question because MVP, you start thinking of sports. But this is Microsoft MVP. So this is where it's most valued professional. Individuals who have contributed to the community and to try to benefit the community with their efforts.
Okay, so it's not baseball?
Not baseball, no.
No, not basketball?
No, not basketball.
Okay.
Or football.
Okay, so it's connected with Microsoft?
All Microsoft, yep.
Okay. All right, so what happens to Microsoft 365 in a leap year?
So Microsoft ignores leap years. They don't consider that to be genuine on the calendar. And even within the calendar, if you try to schedule a meeting on, let's say, February 29th, you'll find that it doesn't exist. So there is no leap year. So it's always Microsoft 365. That's how they get away with that. There is a small number of individuals who are trying to say that during a leap year, it should be Microsoft 366. But yeah, that hasn't gained any traction.
Can Microsoft Copilot land a Cessna 172 in the cornfield?
So I'm going to be honest with you. It might be able to do that, or at least provide assistance to you if you were sitting in the cockpit. I think it's that powerful that it can reach into the internet and pull that data out. However, the challenge there is that at times Copilot does return the information. When you try to ask it for something and it says, I can't do that right now, or I'm sorry, we're not able to answer that question. So that would be a really problematic situation if you were trying to land the plane and that was one of the moments when Copilot decided that it could not respond. However, as long as it's functioning, I think that it could give you the information you need. Now, it's not able to actually reach out and perform the task. You still have to do your job as the pilot. But yeah, Copilot's that powerful.
Okay, and can Cortana do the same thing?
So Cortana was not as powerful. Cortana is less of a co-pilot, more of a flight attendant. Able to provide the entertainment background, serve drinks, provide the meals, and things of that sort.
Okay.
But no, couldn't land the plane. Cortana.
Well, why did you say that she was? So she's no longer with Microsoft? She was fired, or
no? Honestly, I haven't worked with Cortana in quite some time. So I just think that she's working on other things these days.
You specialize in security. Have you ever had to kill someone to protect your clients? And were you the original bodyguard for Whitney Houston?
So I can't answer the first one. I mean, I could answer it. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So we're going to have to keep that one confidential. But as far as Whitney Houston's bodyguard, no, I'm a little too young for that. But I did know some of the bodyguards, guys like Kevin Costner and such. Great guys. And
you know Kevin Costner?
Sure. Doesn't everyone?
I mean, have you ever met in person?
In fact, we just had lunch not 2 minutes ago.
But that was me.
Yes, but he was there too. Separate table. We just didn't include you.
Okay, that makes sense.
When I would get up to go to the bathroom, I wasn't really going to the bathroom. I was actually going to sit with Kevin, and then I would come back and sit with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was in Yellowstone yesterday.
Yeah, no. He flies back and forth. He loves Orlando. A lot of the shooting for Yellowstone takes place here. I know it's surprising because Florida is flat and sandy and so forth. And when you think about Yellowstone, you think about rolling hills and trees and bison and all that. But no, a lot of it's filmed here.
What about security? So if you're not a bodyguard, then what do you do exactly?
That's a really good question. So I actually try to assist with security by providing end users with the tools that they need to protect themselves. So for example, I create a monthly security insights video, and we put that out through clip training. And what it does is it helps the end users to spot whatever type of trick or scam or social engineering, maneuver the bad guys are trying to use. So, you call them what you like, bad guys, threat actors, whatever the modern term is, but it's the same thing. It's someone lying to you, trying to get you to click a link, download an attachment, it provides some information that you shouldn't provide. And my job is to try to arm them with education so that they can make the right decision in the heat of the moment. Because here's what happens. Oftentimes, what is occurring is, they call it heuristics. It's where an individual, they don't think about their decisions anymore. Emails are coming in, they're busy, and they just click, 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 and before you know it, they've clicked something they shouldn't. So if they could only mentally pause just a nanosecond and say, wait, this email is too urgent. It's trying to motivate me. It's using some kind of psychology to manipulate me. If they can spot those red flags, then it will go a long way towards them being able to avoid being the victim of one of those scams. So that's my job.
That's very difficult. I didn't understand. I mean, like, was it in English?
Yes. So here's the thing. What I would recommend is that you watch my videos. And by the time you watch all the videos, then you'll be able to come back to this interview and say, I understood everything he said.
Okay. The ones with Kevin Costner, right?
Yes, Kevin Costner. We haven't exactly worked out a deal with Kevin just yet. He's very tricky between Yellowstone and his new projects that he's got going on. There's a lot of negotiation issues there. But I'm pretty confident in the near future we'll have something.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
Okay. I'm going this way.
All right. I'm going to go the opposite way.
All right. Thank you.